Um, Good afternoon. Mayor Walsh, honored guests, all of our young public school student athletes here today in Boston, and most importantly, David Ortiz. On behalf of John Henry, Linda Henry, and all the Boston Red Sox, we welcome all of you here this afternoon. When David took a microphone on the field at Fenway Park in the aftermath of the marathon bombing in 2013, and stirred us with his defiant declaration that this is our city, I don't think any of us imagined that one day we'd literally be making this his city by naming a block after him. David, we never want you to lose sight of the fact that you will always have a home here, and that David Ortiz Drive is now a cherished part of our neighborhood. There are so many reasons you are deserving of this honor, beginning with the 3 World Series trophies we would not have had without your contribution. But perhaps the most important reason is reflected by the presence of these young athletes at this ceremony. You have been, and you will continue to be, an inspiration to successive generations of young people in our town, an example that recognizes no boundaries of color, creed, or orientation. We will always remain in awe of the power of Big Papi's bat, but we will forever be touched by the size of your heart. Congratulations.
Well done. Thank you, Tom. I just wanted to add one point to what Tom had to say. Everyone here knows that baseball is a game of statistics and numbers, and David is being honored this week for his incredible performances on the field and off the field. He's joining this incredibly august group of Red Sox players, 9 other Red Sox players who have their numbers retired. And we did a little research this morning, and we found out that the average amount of time it took to retire a Red Sox player's number from their last at-bat with the Red Sox to the date of their number retirement was 26 years. That includes players like Carl Yastrzemski, Ted Williams, Jim Rice, the list goes on and on. For David Ortiz, that number was 265 days. So I think that short amount of time is a symbol of how John Henry, Linda Henry, Tom Werner, their partners, everyone at the Boston Red Sox feels about what I would say the player who is the most important player in the history of the Red Sox, for what he did on the field with the 3 World Series championships and for what he did off the field. So David, particularly in 2013, as Tom so eloquently mentioned. So David, congratulations. I now want to introduce the mayor of our fine city. Ever since John and Tom arrived in 2002, we've been about community and city partnerships. So the opportunity to work with Mayor Walsh, Dan Coe, everyone at the city, we are so grateful for you making this happening here today, and welcome. And I'll now turn it over to Mayor Marty Walsh.
Thanks, Sam. Thank you very much, Sam. And I want to thank Tom Warner, and I want to thank John Henry and Linda and the entire Red Sox organization for the great work they do in our city. We see them, what they do as far as the team goes, but a lot of times what they do behind the scenes, nobody really understands that. So I want a special shout out to the Red Sox for all you do behind the scenes for our city. I also want to thank our young athletes that are here today. We have athletes from Boston Latin Academy baseball softball team. We have the John D. O'Brien softball team. We have the East Boston baseball team. And I want to congratulate all these young people, and if I missed anybody, I apologize. I'm delighted to be here today to celebrate the career and the legacy of David Ortiz and unveiling David Ortiz Drive here in Boston. It connects Fenway Park to Yawkey Station. And we know what he's done in his 14 seasons as a Boston Red Sox. 10-time All-Star, 3-time World Series champion, World Series MVP, but also in one of our darkest moments as a city, was somebody who was there for us the couple days later, the next day, that lifted us right up. And what he said that day is what we stood for in the city, is Boston Strong. David Ortiz is a legend on and off the field. When he wasn't up at bat, he was coaching younger players and supporting his teammates. He cared so much about making this game a better game. Big Papi unites people in times of victory and losses. And certainly most of us, some of you guys don't remember this, but in 2004, the ALCS game against the Yankees, when David hit the iconic 2-run walk-off home run. One of the greatest sports moments in the history of sports in our city here in Boston. And that began the biggest comeback in the history of baseball, being down 0-3. It was probably more sweet coming back 0-3 than wiping them out 4-0. So thank you for that. We can say that today. That night, after Big Papi hit that home run, all of Boston was able to run in the field that day and celebrate. And again, his actions after the marathon bombing. David Ortiz also, a lot of us don't understand, he's humanitarian. He created the David Ortiz Children's Fund. I've had the honor of going to his events. Provides care for kids in New England and the Dominican Republic who have heart disease. So he's able to take his stardom, his passion, his heart, and bring it to other young people that don't have that opportunity. To date, they have raised over $2 million for children in need of working to help young people. Big Papi also represents the second largest Latino community in Boston, and that's the Dominican community. Any Dominicans here? We got a couple. We have a couple in Boston. He joins. Here we go, Big Papi. I just want to thank Big Papi for what he stands for in the city. I've watched him on the field, obviously, and I've watched him off the field. He's the same person in both places. His heart is as big as our city. His passion is undeniably that he has the strongest passion of anybody. He cares about his teammates. He cares about the people for the Dominican Republic. He cares about Bostonians. He cares about everybody. Today is a small gesture that we're doing today. Big Papi, naming the street isn't about your performance on the field. What this is about, naming your performance off the field. Thank you very much. Now I have the honor and privilege to introduce to you number 34 from the Boston Red Sox, David Big Papi Ortiz.
Wow. Love you too. Hello everyone. You know, it's more than an honor to have Mayor Walsh, Tom, John, Sam, sharing this moment with me. All of you guys sharing this moment with me. This city means a lot to me. This city has got me to where I am. You know, I thank God every day for giving me the opportunity to be part of this wonderful city. You know, Boston has been incredible to me and my family. Boston has been the city that I had shared all kinds of emotions with. Boston has been basically just like my hometown, the Dominican Republic. I love this city. I can talk about this city all day, every day, because I have so many wonderful memories about Boston. And the one thing that I never stop talking about is how united New England had gotten in tough moments. You know, that's something that the whole planet should learn about. You know, we went through some tough time. I mean, we go through tough time every day. We need to bounce back and begin to be stronger. But what we went through in 2013 is the biggest sign of united, being united, you know, begin to be together. You don't need to know each other for begin to be powerful, begin to be just one group, you know, and I learned that here in this city. It's probably be one of the biggest messages that I have got in life, you know, just seeing how fast we recover from the bombing in a marathon and how we got to learn how to have each other's back. So very proud of being part of this city. While I play, I try my best on the field, but I learned something else. You know, this group of guys that is behind me who runs the Red Sox organization, this group of guys worry so much about this community, about Boston, about how to get things better around here. It doesn't matter if we are winning or losing, they worry about how to get this community better, and that was something that I learned playing for the Red Sox, and that's something that I'm gonna carry with myself the longer I exist. So to me, doing what I did on the field was important, but dealing with the community is even more, you know, and I learned from these guys. So thank you very much. I love you guys.